Well, this is exciting. He's back to see us again. Toronto's own Eric McCormack.
Yay.
You know him from Will and Grace. He's just an all-round nice guy and hasn't forgotten his roots.
Yay!
All-around nice guy here.
You forgot to say former CHUM intern.
That's
Right.
true. That's
Right,
true.
when I was 14 years old. I talk about that in the show. It was the summer of, I don't know, say 76 or something.
Yeah.
It was 78, and it was like Max Webster was on the charts, and Prism.
I got to tell you honestly, I don't remember you being at CHUM.
I know, Raj.
Because I was there then.
You were.
10:50. Yeah.
There's probably a few things you don't remember.
You know, interns
Come
come
on
and
now.
go. They come and go.
Sure. I thought I made quite an impression, but apparently not.
Were you working in the music department? Is that what was going
I
on?
was
or what?
behind the engineer, who I forget his name. He was this great guy, this David Crosby-looking guy and I would hand him, the 8-tracky kind of tapes, and he'd be like, "No, yellow dot." It was I was learning the system. You remember the system?
That was the music system, right?
Oh, I remember
Was
the
it
yellow dot. Yeah,
Yellow
that
dot
wasn't
was
quite as good
Canadian.
as the red dot.
Right, Yellow Dot was Canadian content.
Yeah.
And so it had to be
right.
in there every whatever, and that's why Max Webster and Trooper and all those guys got so much airplay.
Oh, that's
So
great.
you're going to be at the Winter Garden Theater, and you are going to be performing the concert you never gave, really.
Well, I guess I'll have to change the title
Yeah,
after tomorrow.
yeah.
But the concert I never gave, except for like 2,000 times in my bedroom.
Yeah, exactly. And so I have to think about some of the. You probably gave some major concerts in that bedroom that were fantastic. And so, with all the concerts you gave, how did you pick the right ones for the public to see?
Well, I used to do all of Welcome to My Nightmare in full Alice Cooper drag, and I thought that's not gonna. I don't think nobody wants to see that. So that one doesn't make the show. But there were certain songs that not only do I still love the song and they still have meaning for me, but I've gone on in my career to meet I have an Elton John story, and I have a Tim Curry story, and so these songs that meant a lot to me now have a context, and I get to set up the songs and say, "There's the reason this one is you're about to hear it is because of how fascinating it is that 30 years later I have a friendship."
Don't you think you put that out in the universe? And so when you meet Elton John, I guess through David, right?
Through David Furnish, exactly.
Yeah. Who's a good friend of yours and you went to school with. Isn't that wild that when you finally get to meet them, you go, oh my gosh, I really get to talk to these people, and they become friends of mine.
Right, and I did that thing I probably people have done where and whenever I meet someone that I really know this stuff, I ask like that really intense fan question, and they always give you that Bill Shatner answer of like, "I have no idea. You have a life,
What song is it?
the
What
thing-
song is it for Elton John? What song?
For
does he
Elton, it's
sing?
a song called "I've Seen That Movie Too."
Is that from Yellow Brick Road?
Exactly. Well, that's good. So a lot of people don't remember that one.
Yeah.
But no, I once had the opportunity before a concert to see Elton and Bernie Taupin at the same time, standing side by side. And I don't know what came over me. I said, "Can I ask you guys a question? On Captain Fantastic and the Brown Dirt Cowboy, there's a song called Dogs in the Kitchen, but it's not on the album. It's just in the liner notes. Why did it never make the album?" And they just stared at me like I was from another planet. We don't know. I don't remember that song.
You know what always got me? When I interviewed somebody that I grew up with, and they would say, "Oh, when I recorded that song in 1971," and I'd think to myself, no, that song was out in 1969. And I thought, I know more about your music than you do.
You correct them.
But you know what it is?
Yeah.
When you're in the moment as an artist, you don't remember exactly what year you recorded
Right.
stuff, but as a fan, you do.
I'm fascinated by artists that when they were at their height, like Elton, they're so prolific. And most of that stuff doesn't make the live show, right? So there's a song that exists exclusively on an album, and they haven't thought about it in 30 years. But as fans, we're like, "Are you kidding me?"
Now, you've got a great band with you this time around,
do.
too, huh? You got
Killer! I mean,
Tyler Stewart from Bare Naked
I
Ladies.
got Tyler. We had dinner last night. Tyler Stewart is the funniest
Crazy.
man in music.
He is.
And to have him behind me, particularly when I do a Bare Naked Ladies song, which is
Which one are you
just,
doing?
Killer. I can't tell you everything.
Okay,
People have to
all
show
right.
up, for
Sorry,
God's
I'm
sake.
excited for
you. And I've got Murray Foster from Great Big Sea, and my musical director is Lauren Gold, who plays with The Who.
He played keyboards for The Who.
And with The Who.
Now, what instrument are you going to be playing in this big concert of yours?
Well, the nice thing is I play every imaginary instrument. So there's really nothing I'm not prolific at. And I described that in the show, that a tennis racket is not a tennis racket to me.
No, that's good. I'm glad, because that's like a hairbrush is not a hairbrush to me.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, you have to. I love the fact that you're doing this, and all the proceeds are going to
Rethink Breast Cancer,
Yeah.
which is a remarkable group of women who are really literally trying to rethink it for the next generation, trying to bring it into the 21st century and make sure that our sisters and our daughters are aware of the dangers.
Mm-hmm. And then, did you finish wrapping up that film in Winnipeg? Are you done with that film now?
I did. It was a lovely little thing called Considering Love and Other Magic, which I really hope has a real Canadian life. It's a beautiful little film.
Great. So you're on the big media blitz today.
Well, it's you and Steve Anthony next door, and I think
It's a
then I'm
reunion
going
week.
back to bed.
Oh, that's great. Always great to see you.
It's so
Nice
good.
to see you.
Will
Ron. Thank
Truman,
you.
Eric
Thank you, Ron.
McCormack, thanks for coming in
Are
this
we
morning.
playing a yellow dot song or a red dot song coming up next on CHUM FM? That's what I want to know.
The show is at the Winter Garden Theater. Keep Tyler Stewart's mic turned off, by the way. A little bit of advice there.
We
Good
learned
advice
that.
indeed.
We
Good
learned
advice
that.
indeed.